All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call law YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone. And peace and love to all I can continue to preach His truth. Oops. And all truth and sincerity. Okay, so real quick, I have oh my gosh. I have two articles, and it's in regards to Norway, basically saying that they are stockpiling for a nuclear war, World War III fears. So the article reads, World War III fears grow as Norway stockpiles ahead of apocalyptic future. Okay, and it says Norway aims to hoard around 82,500 tons of grain by 2029, which is enough to feed the Scandinavian nation's population for 3 months in case the unthinkable happens. Okay, the unthinkable is World War III, but the unthinkable will happen. That's why they're preparing for it, because they know that the chances that they are going to happen are very high right now, especially what's going on in the world. Obviously, as you can see, basically the whole world is damn near at war already. But no one's gone nuclear yet, so because the Lord still hasn't ordained that yet to happen. It's set for its allotted time. But all the nations are what? Preparing war. Because the Lord did say what? Prepare war. So right now, all the nations are preparing for the third woe. And the Lord said what? The third woe coming quickly. But pop-ups. So I'm gonna get right into the ad. It says Norway will begin to stockpile grains again in preparation for the unthinkable World War III. The Scandinavian nations are preparing for an apocalyptic future, claiming the recent emic, climate change, and the war in Ukraine made the move essential. Norway's government signed a deal with 4 private countries to store 30,000 tons of grain in 2024 and 2025, reports SF Gate. It says Norway's Minister for Agriculture and Food, Geir Palstad, said building up a contingency stock of food grains is about being prepared for the unthinkable. The unthinkable, okay. Oops. It says, that's it? Okay. It says the nation's finance minister, Tergiv Slagsvold Vidum, added there should be an extra level of security in the event of major disruptions in the international trade systems or failure of national production. This is an important part of the government's work to strengthen national preparedness. Why do you feel the need to be prepared for this? Why do you feel this type of way now? Because I read another article, which I'm going to bring out. It said that as far as the nuclear thing goes, I think they had stopped doing something in like 2003, but in 2022 they started to pick up because they saw that the need came back, and it was from the Ukrainian and Russian war. It says Norway will squirrel away wheat across existing facilities owned by the companies. 3 of these companies will store at least 15,000 tons this year. The Norwegian government said the involved companies can invest in new facilities and decide for themselves where they store the emergency supplies, but they must make the grain available when it's needed by the state. The country aims to build up supplies until 2029 with the aim of stockpiling 2,500 tons, which will be enough to feed the Norway's 5.6 million nationals for 3 months should a crisis arise. And a crisis will arise. It's already rising. It said, okay, yeah. So this comes amid growing fears from World War III. This comes amid growing fears World War III is looming. Indeed, Norway set up a commission to evaluate its readiness for an emergency, which led to the grain stockpiling after Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. Norway's announcement follows the pact between Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un to help each other's countries out in the event one nation falls under attack. But the third world coming quick. Oh shit. Oh shit, now the sun's coming out. Hold up. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be good for this. So it says, so Norway's announcement follows the pact between Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un to help each other's countries out in the event one nation falls under attack. So that means that they found it prevalent that this might happen. And America and NATO have been talking about going into Russia to aid Ukraine. Now, as Norway goes, they haven't made too much noise. as far as like, you know, what they want to do. But this right here, they're making ready just in case something happens. They won't be prepared to have food and whatnot. And there's another article. And then I'm going to bring out the scriptures. And this is from AP News. This is from 4 days ago, June 29th. June 25th. Today's the 29th. And it reads, this is from Copenhagen, Denmark. It said the Norwegian government on Tuesday signed a deal to start stockpiling grain, saying that C-19 a war in Europe, and climate change have made it necessary. It says the deal to store 30,000 tons of grain in 2024 and 2025 were signed by Agriculture and Food Minister Gal Palestad, Finance Minister Turgeev Slagsvold, which are mentioned in other articles, Vedum, and 4 private companies. The wheat, which will belong to the Norwegian government, will be stored in already existing facilities by the companies and facilities across the country. 3 of the companies will store at least 15,000 tons this year. It says companies are free to invest in new facilities and decide for themselves where they want to store the emergency grain, but they must make the grain available to the state if needed, the government said. It says Norway's Ministry for Agriculture and Food said the building up of a contingency stock of food grains is about being prepared for the unthinkable. That's the same wording. So where's the okay, here's the article, the part of the article I wanted to really bring out. So it says Norway had stored grain in the 1950s, but closed down its storage sites in 2003 after deciding they were no longer needed. So in 2003, everything was all peachy, right? Everything was all good. But as of 19 years later, everything is not that good. And now they're feeling the need to get ready because they seeing these other countries are seeing all these super countries get ready for war. So now they want to be ready because remember the Lord said, prepared war among the Gentiles. So all you Gentiles, and I believe Norway is probably mostly Esau, they're getting ready for war. And it said World War III. The third world coming quickly. And it says, however, following Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine, Norway set up a commission to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of its emergency preparedness systems, which recommend stockpiling grain products. The oil-rich country, which has supported Ukraine, also houses the global sea vault and its Svalbard archipelago, some 1,300 kilometers, 800 miles from the North Pole. Since 2008, gene banks and organizations around the world have deposited nearly 1 million samples of seeds at the vault to back up their own collections in case of human cause or natural calamities. It says human cause or natural calamities, and the world is experiencing both of those right now. It said the Norwegian government funded the construction costs while an international nonprofit organization pays for operational costs. So we know that Norway is in favor of Ukraine and not Russia. And that was the end of the article, so let's get a couple scriptures. Make this real quick because I want my phone to start overheating. So first we're going to go into, since I'm in Revelation already in my tablet, let's go to Revelation, the 11th chapter, and start at the 14th verse. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's it. The first 2 world wars went past. The third world war come quickly. The third woe is the third world war. And what does everybody keep talking about? World War III. World War III here. Nuclear war here. World War III. And that's what's about to happen. So, and also now we're going to go into the book of Joel, chapter 3, and I'm going to go right to the point, verse 9, and it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Prepare war, though. Prepare war. And that's what Norway's doing. And Norway's not, they're not a superpower, but all these countries in the world, they see all of this happening and they're feeling the need to get ready. Instead of they stopped in 1950s. They started doing the thing with the grains in the 1950s, and they stopped in 2003 because they see they didn't have a need for it. But now, since Russia invaded Ukraine, now they see the need. And not just Russia invading Ukraine. You got the whole Amalek in Palestine. You got China and Taiwan. You got a bunch of you got a bunch of wars and rumors of wars happening throughout the whole earth right now, and they're all involving superpowers. You got the whole dollar about to collapse. You got the MOTB about to come out. You got in North Carolina right now. They said the next school year they want the students to get scan barcodes to ride the bus. Now, of course, they talk about safety, but what is it ultimately? It's ultimately for what? To bring out that C-hip. And it says, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's what everybody's doing. The weak are saying they're strong. Iran, Hezbollah, the Houthis, Yemen. And they're all being backed by these superpowers. But that's the whole thing. And they're all going to come against who? The West. Who is the West? AKA America, the daughter of Babylon that are to be destroyed utterly. All these countries are doing this against America. And Amalek over there in the land of Israel. But mainly here in America is a target on everybody's list, man. Because everybody's fed up with America's bullshit. You just had that debate with Trump and Biden made America look more of a laughing stock than it is already. You had other countries laughing at that shit, man. Embarrassed. You have America talking about it's an embarrassment. And that's what the Lord said he's going to do. Come in the dust, O daughter of Babylon. There is no throne. It's over for America. And it's never going to come back up to what it once was. It had its course, it ran its time, and now it's over. And now it's time to be blown up. Now it's time to be burnt up. As the scriptures say, this isn't all in the Bible. Okay? It says, verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And that's what's happening right now. All the mighty ones are gathering together. All the nations are preparing war, beating their plowshares and the swords, getting their nuclear capabilities up and running. Because those modern day swords, the swords are the missiles. They're going to be shot to and fro, one side of the earth to the other. Can't do that. You ain't going to do that with no fucking bow and arrows. They're going to do these nuclear missiles. They're coming to America, and they're going to wipe out America completely and hit other parts of the world too. But America's going to be the only soil that's going to be utterly wasted and never inhabited again. Neither root nor branch shall be grown here. Nobody's going to pitch tent here. Nothing ever is going to come of America. Nothing's ever going to come of this land after America's destroyed off of it. So that's America, Canada, Mexico, South America. Well, not so much South America, but America, Canada, and fucking Mexico. And verse 12, and it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that is what's coming. This war, because when you go up, it talks about what the people did to us. What did the disciples, let me get that. What did the disciples ask YAHAWASHI? And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3, and it reads, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? What's the end of the world? The end of this world. What is that? 2 Esdras 6 and 9? For Esau, the end of the world. So when Esau got into power, which he was back then, but that was told to Esdras before the Roman Empire. He told the angel, told him what? For Esau, the end of the world. Because he saw the vision of the nations fight, and he saw YAHAWASHI come back. 2 Esdras, the 13th chapter, which ironically talking about what? The northern tribes coming over here. It's all aligning up. It's all coming to fruition. Everything that the prophets of old saw in the old days in the ancient world is coming to pass now. This is that day. This is that generation that shall not pass away till all things be fulfilled. Everything is being fulfilled right now as we speak. Right as we speak. Prophecies are being fulfilled left and right. And I'm going to jump down to verse 6. And this is YAHAWASHI speaking. So he says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. What is Norway talking about gathering all these grains for? For World War III. What did it say in Revelation 11:14? The third world coming quickly. It's coming quickly, and it's never going to stop. It's not going to stop till the missiles come over here and destroy it. Everything else is everything is building up to that. Okay? And it says, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the wars and rumors of wars we're hearing right now, but the end is not yet, because it's not like this has to go on for a little bit. All things that be put into place, their elect still getting gathered up. There's still more prophesying still taking place. But once the Lord brings out, had these devils bring out the MOTB and have the prophets be taken off the streets, then you're going to know that it's actually at the end, because that's when everybody's going to fight. It says, verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. And all these things have been coming to pass already. Earthquakes. You had an earthquake in New Jersey. All earthquake pestilences, these bugs, cicadas, lanternflies, all that shit. What? The famine, food shortages, food rationing. What else it said? It said verse 8, and it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All these are the beginning of sorrows. These are the beginning of sorrows. Because right now, still America still kind of functions normally, but it's being broken down day by day. Day by day, its place is being broken the fuck down, man. And ultimately, it's gonna be what? It's gonna be utterly destroyed. Matter of fact, might as well, since we talk about the daughter of Babylon. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1, and it reads, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, for there is no throne. And yeah, America, you're done. Everything that made America great again is done. It's all done. It's finished. It's just the end has the destruction has not yet come. But the evil is already sown. Our people have been oppressed over here already. BAHASHAM Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and say. So lucky about that. My phones are overheating, fucking outside. But with that, I'm gonna just say shalom.